next up is Howard Lerman from Yext, talking about a really exciting new area for Yext that he said is flying off the shelves. It's a product that's never done so well. It's transforming the world. And anyway, here's Howard. Thank you.
Hey guys. We're going to talk a little bit about our new product today. I'm going to show you a live demo, and I'm going to actually ask for your participation in this. So if you could, who here has their smartphone with them? Take it out, and then follow these directions. First, let's go ahead and turn on Bluetooth. Then what we want to do is go ahead and visit zone.com. It's spelled with an X. And you can download any app on the list. These are all third-party partner apps that we work with. And then when you open the app, go ahead and allow location services and then tap continue on the second prompt after that. And that should take you just a couple minutes. Everyone's going to obviously download this all at the same time. And it might clog the internet just a bit, but to see our demo, you may have one of these apps on your phone already, in which case you don't need to do it. But just make sure Bluetooth is on, visit zone.com, download one of our apps, and then allow location services. And while you do that, we're going to tell you a little story. And by the way, the slides I have here don't have any correlation to the story whatsoever. So I'm just going to tell the story, and you'll just ignore the slides until we're really ready to go. So here's the story. There's a great tweet from a partner at Andreessen Horowitz named Benedict Evans about a month ago, and it got a quadrillion retweets. And here's what the tweet said. It said, "Mobile is the first universal technology." And I thought this was an absolutely fascinating viewpoint. And here's why. Before mobile, affluent people were able to afford a computer, which is a small percentage of the world's population. And to connect to the internet, people connected to the internet from behind their desks. They, in their homes and in their offices. And then e-commerce and search kind of were born out of that in the first generation of the internet, which was all about white backgrounds and blue links. And with the rise of mobile and smartphones, people, first of all, anyone could afford a mobile phone, and it really truly became universal across the world, not just in the United States, but in India and China and in emerging societies. Everyone can have a phone now, and people became liberated to take that phone and walk around and get out from behind their desks and behind their couches and actually experience the real world and start buying stuff in the real world again. And so overall, 7% of commerce in the world is e-commerce, but 93% is in the real world. And I think that with mobile, every single person in this audience that's working on these kinds of problems has a huge opportunity to capitalize on a shift that really has started to happen. And so, there's a reason it's called a mobile phone. It's because it lets people get out and experience the real world again in a way that they were unable to do when they wanted to be connected to the internet from behind their desk. And it's no coincidence then that the best apps on your phone actually help you go places. Now we're lined up. So if you think about this, the best apps on your phone, literally Uber, you push a button, a car comes to get you. And then you look up a place your friend likes on Facebook, so you can see where you want to go. And you check out the review on Yelp, and then you type the address into Google Maps. And these apps help you go places, and that's where we've come in. We help, our mission as a company, what we do every day, we help people go places. That's what we're trying to solve for. And we want to drive mobile customers to our customers, to our over 520,000 customer locations where we're helping people go every day. And there's a thing that every one of our customer locations wants, which is more mobile customers, more store visitors. And they want more visitors to their online stores. So Kohlhan.com, I went there to buy shoes yesterday, by the way. I think they're pretty cool. They're not dirty yet, and they fit. They want more customers to their online store, so more visitors to their online store, and more visitors to their offline store, to their actual store. And online, folks can retarget those that have visited their website. That's why when you go to Amazon.com and look at a particular product page and then you open up Facebook, you see an ad for the exact thing you were just looking for. It is the most effective form of advertising on the web to harness the power of intent that's already been there and show a user an ad for something that we know for a fact that they're interested in. You can re-engage people online. The thing is that for most of our customers, like I said, and I believe most of your customers too, the action happens in the real world. It's all about mobile customers walking into stores or walking into physical locations and doing stuff and experiencing the real world, not like Homer Simpson from behind his couch on a PC accessing the internet under a bag of potato chips. Mobile makes it possible to have a life again in a cool way. And the problem, though, is that, you know, the old famous quote from Coca-Cola, half my advertising is wasted, I just don't know which half. Well, stores have never had a way to truly engage and re-engage their mobile visitors, and with precision at the same level that you can on the web with a pixel. And that's the problem that we've solved with our new product called Zone, with an X. We call Zone a mobile engagement platform because the point of the product is to engage mobile customers. And Zone leverages low-energy Bluetooth beacons like the one I'm holding in my hand right now that follows two key principles. Number one, user-friendly, that is opt-in, and number two, store-friendly. There's a lot of wrong beacon companies out there that are thinking about how apps can take advantage of location, but the thing is that who's putting the beacons in the stores? It's the stores themselves, so it has to be store-friendly. Everything that a store is going to do can't let an app like Amazon take advantage of the context around where a beacon is. And so store-friendly is built into our platform. And there are three features of Zone. The first are in-store tips. The second, store visitor re-engagement. And the third, repeat visitor attribution. The first feature, tips. So were you all able to get that app downloaded? So this is where the interactive part of the demo begins. So I've got a beacon here. Go ahead, open up the app I had you download. I'll give you a second to do that. And you will see a little pop-up appear called Howard Demo Zone. That is my demo beacon. Now, the reason you're seeing Howard Demo Zone is because you're within 50 feet or so of this beacon. Beacons come in all kinds of shapes or sizes. And when you see that Howard Demo Zone, it appears a little bit differently in different apps, but the point of it is to be able to show the user that's in a store, if they open one of our 100 partner apps who we partnered with, representing 30 million MAUs in our proprietary Zone network, relevant information about where the user is right now. So for example, if you wanted to go to the dentist and you pulled up one of our apps, you're listening to the radio, boom, I see the little tip. There's no push notification. It's totally native, just hovering right in the app right there. You tap it, you pull it up. You can add a mobile coupon to your wallet. You can, sometimes when you go to a business and you want to add them to your contacts, you want their phone number. Well, boom, we have all that content. One tap, it's in your phone. You can share your location with your friends. You can do the Wi-Fi codes, the Wi-Fi passwords. All that can be put into this in-store listing with a Zone tip right in your phone. And this Zone tip appears in over 100 apps, like I said, with 30 million MAUs. And that's the first feature of Zone. And I talked about all that. Okay, so that's the first part. The second feature of Zone, okay, here's you guys know Tristan Walker? He's Bevel founder. He's super great entrepreneur. I loved this Instagram post from him. So we waited years for Instagram ads to protect users, and this is what we get. So it's like a picture of dots and games. So we think mobile ads are a largely unsolved problem. And the data backs this up. So on the web, we have 25% of time spend and 22% of ad spend. On mobile, we have 25% of time spend, but only 4% of ad spend. And it's because there's no signal of intent like we have on the web. So on the web, we have search, and then we can retarget off of search, driving up huge spending from advertisers because it gives advertisers the context. Problem is that on mobile, people don't search. They hang out in apps all day. The context isn't there. And we believe that there is a signal of intent that you have with your mobile phone, and that is where you are standing, where you are physically right now. And so instead of seeing junky ads, why not see ads from places you like, that you indicate that you like by having physically been there? And so that is the second part of Zone, which we call Zone Audience. Zone Audience is a breakthrough new feature that lets stores build an audience of the physical people that have visited their store, and then show ads to those people in today Facebook and Twitter, and soon Instagram, Yahoo, Google, and many more mobile ad networks. Yext doesn't do any of the campaign execution. That's up to our partners to do. We simply provide the physical audience of people that have walked into a store. And it's a pretty cool kind of thing. It's easier to show in a live demo, but you can create a segment, build a segment with this from a specific location. You can split those audiences and do whatever you want. You can create custom rules. You could do stuff like if you're a QSR, you could say, hey, look, I want to build an audience of people that visited 10 times in the last, 3 different stores 10 times in the last 2 months, but haven't been there in the past week. These are the kinds of audiences you can build with Zone. And then sync that audience into Facebook and to Twitter. And this is a really neat capability for folks. In fact, you may be sitting in a Zone right now with this. I'd actually ask you to go ahead and pull up if you have Facebook on your phones. This works for 50% of people pretty much right away, and for 50% of people it'll take an hour. You will see an ad for Zone on Facebook simply as a consequence of you standing within 30 feet of me right now. Does anybody see the Facebook ad? If you pull down, you see it, boom. You were seeing that ad. Let me take that phone. I will. This ad right here from Zone, she's seeing this because she's within 30 feet of me right now. That's Zone. You can see it in Twitter, soon Google, soon Yahoo, and Instagram. And what's really neat is Zone doesn't just let you show ads. Zone lets you track repeat visitors. And so in the digital world, e-commerce 1.0 of white backgrounds and blue links, it was all about clicks and impressions, but with Zone and likes with social. But with Zone, you can measure repeat visitor attribution. That is, you can tell if a user that you've been marketing to came back and use visits as the conversion event. We believe that while the currency on the web is clicks, the currency for mobile and the real world will be visits. And Zone is the platform that lets our customers and our partners' customers, many of you are our partners, track this kind of behavior and prove ROI. So the results we've been seeing here are astounding. So right in the system, right in the Zone system, we can show you repeat visitors. And this kind of lift you see is pretty typical. We're seeing lifts of 50 to 80% when you split an audience and run mobile campaigns to half the audience, and then the other folks you don't run a campaign to, you can track the lift in repeat visitors, and we're seeing a huge lift. For example, right here, this is pretty typical. This one right back here, you can see is a 50% lift. That's roughly about what we see when you run ads, and that is a breakthrough. Remember, any extra visitor is not a click, it's not an impression. This is somebody that walked into your store, which is worth a whole hell of a lot more than a click or an impression or a like. And that's what Zone can do. So 3 amazing features of Zone, all sort of following 2 key principles: user opt-in and store opt-in. That is, users say that they want to participate, number 1, and number 2, stores can control which apps can do what kinds of things based on this. And so we have a huge vision around this platform. We think we've come up with the right model. I can tell you that in the first couple weeks since we launched this, we are giving away free Zone beacons to every business in the United States, and also for any of our partners that we're working with, our 4,000 channel partners. Any single one of them is eligible to send a free beacon to all of their customers with Yext as well. And since we launched this product just 3 weeks ago, we've shipped and activated over 10,000 stores around the country. We expect this to be a very, very big deal very fast. So if you're not working with us, we'd love to work with you on this product. Join us for our tours. We're taking this on tour. and come find us at our booth because we'd love to show you more. Thanks so much. Huge, huge big deal for this industry, and mobile, and location are married. So thank you so much.